Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. I think I may have a child with another narcissist, but I'm not sure and I'm scared. 28/F. New. We've been together 1.5 years only and have a 2 months old. I feel like such an idiot. At the age of 23, I entered a long-distance relationship with a guy I barely knew, who turned out to be extremely emotionally abusive. I came away from that relationship, not by my own doing, mentally and physically unwell. I did go to therapy and thought I healed myself and really believed that I was stronger. But in hindsight, I didn't really work on my self-esteem as asked to. I remember posting in the narc abuse sub, and the kind words reminding me at least we weren't married, or with children, and the hell that caused. I met my current boyfriend, L, through mutual friends only a few months after breaking it off with my ex. I guess because I met him in the flesh, he seemed so sweet, we came from the same profession and my friends knew him, I was a lot more optimistic about him. Despite red flags popping up, I just told myself it was fine. To cut a long story short, he's done a lot of manipulative things. He definitely love-bombed me, though he denies it. He told me so many OTT compliments that later turned out to not even be true. He not only massively downplayed but lied extensively about his past relationships, while also looking them up and messaging them. Apparently this was for the ego boost because he had low self-worth. If I trigger him by starting any arguments, he can be absolutely horrifically nasty and even at times seem to take enjoyment or mock my upset. He deleted entire conversation threads with women he has history with. And it's all my fault. Apparently his chronic and pathological lying is because I once reacted badly to hearing he had met up with an ex. All my fault. That one reaction. I make him feel like he has to lie to not trigger me. I'm crazy and unstable, insecure, unlike all of his exes who he never had issues with and were so chilled and happy. Despite telling me I was the best girlfriend he'd ever had at first, and they were all meaningless. Despite him lying to all of them and actually cheating on one of them. Etc. Anyway, things happened so fast. Within months of meeting me he was telling me he wanted to marry me, sweeping me off my feet with extremely extravagant presents and declaring me to be amazing. He was saving up for an engagement ring. And then just 6 months into dating, despite various nasty arguments over his lies, I fell pregnant. And I know this is of course half my responsibility. I feel stupid because apart from my emotionally abusive ex, I always used protection with others. I don't know why I trusted L more and felt more comfortable to not. Not only that, L told me I probably wouldn't be able to have kids because I had previously contracted STIs from my abusive ex. They were treated, but it took a long time to clear as they were resistant to many antibiotics. And suddenly I feel like I'm living in hell. I adore my baby boy to the moon and back, but everything got so much worse since I fell pregnant. The arguments escalated. The lies continued. He kept telling me he stopped lying and then he would lie again, or I would find out. I hate who I am. Suspicious, digging, snooping, paranoid, insecure. Trying endlessly to catch him out and making myself sick with worry. It reminds me of my ex and I feel terrible. He keeps telling me he's changed, but he lied to me as recently as a few months ago, about a woman he works with, so how can I believe that? The thing is, it's hard because he isn't all bad. In fact, apart from the fact that I am cripplingly insecure and jealous and can't trust him. He is on the surface, and to everyone else I'm sure, great. He helps around the house, he definitely tries to show me he loves me and does sweet things for me, he constantly tells me he loves me, he loves our baby boy, he works hard and commutes every day, He won't hesitate to do anything I ask of him. He never fails to remind me how much his exes adored him. So I constantly doubt myself. And it's not like he cheated, or hurt me, and I'm definitely insecure and emotional with trust issues. So is it really that bad? What if it really is my fault? I'm just so scared that I've fallen into the same trap, but I now have a child and I don't even know if he is bad or not. But I am miserable. I can't trust him and I don't know what to do. I'm just scared and I feel like I can't tell my friends or family because I feel stupid for potentially falling for this again. Or maybe I'm being paranoid and he's not. Help. TLDR, worried I may have ended up with another covert narcissist/abuser. Except I have a child and I feel trapped. 28/F, I can't seem to stop my relationship issues affecting how I care for my baby and I need help. New. My relationship with my partner of 1.5 years is a complete shit show. But we have a 2-month-old. It is a toxic, damaging, horrible mess predominated by his ego. He seems to put it above all else and to the detriment of my mental health and our baby. He seems to love punishing me for being upset, even if reasonably so. He never apologized and feels he is justified. There's a lot, but I basically feel he may be a narcissist, for many reasons. I also hate who I have become. My baby is only 2 months old now and it's been a huge struggle. But I think there might be something wrong with me because my relationship issues are literally affecting me looking after my child. I don't mean he goes without anything. All his needs are met. I will feed, change, all of that. But emotionally? I'll be feeding him and frantically texting my boyfriend while we fight. I'm constantly distraught, and it's affecting my milk supply because of all the stress. Sometimes I'll not be paying enough attention to him because we are fighting. For example, my partner will not come home and then give me the silent treatment which I cannot stand and get disproportionately triggered by, and when that happens I tend to get a panic attack, whereby I can't eat or drink and I'm just crying. Until he texts the next day like lol I was just asleep chill and I get a wave of relief. I know that's not true though because we've talked about it so many times how much I hate it, and he stays online just ignoring me. Our arguments are horrible and he is so verbally abusive to me, I can't even repeat it. He tells me I need to be shot in the head or electrocuted to fix me. That I'm nothing but an abuse and cum bucket. I've been in an abusive relationship before. But he says I'm the only one that's ever made him like this, so it must be my fault. I don't know if there's something wrong with me. He thinks I have a personality disorder, do I? I have never wanted anything more than a baby, but now I'm so preoccupied by my upset. I hate that I spend our feeds frantically messaging him. I hate that I have spent more than one bath time sobbing my eyes out. I hate how difficult caring for him feels and how much I hate myself for bringing him into such toxicity. I feel like an idiot because it seems so simple, the baby's more important, stop caring so much. But I find it almost impossible to control my emotions and I'm literally getting triggered to the point of feeling like I'm having panic attacks. He knows this happens to me but feels I deserve it for being upset with him. Please help me. I don't know what's wrong with me. I know I'm a shitty mom for this, but I'm struggling so much. I'm sorry. TLDR, my horrible abusive relationship is getting in the way of my caring for my baby. I need to stop this but can't control my emotions and feel like a horrible mom. He cried when I asked him to leave. I kissed him and hugged him and cried too. Need support. After 1.5 years of abuse, gaslighting, crazy making, minimizing, torture. After 2 months of struggling to raise my newborn baby with a smile on my face. I finally got the evidence of his cheating that I knew all along in my gut. Again. I ignored my gut again. And the consequences continue. With my first cheating ex, it was STDs. Now it's a sweet little baby I'm scared to look after alone, and anxiety and depression. I finally packed his bags and asked him to leave yesterday. He broke down and cried and begged me not to let him go. I cried too and kissed him and hugged him and felt my heart break seeing him hurt as he left. When I cried and begged him not to lie for years. When I, heavily pregnant, broke down and begged him to be honest with me. With a baby in my arms. More lies. Denial? Made to feel crazy. Told my upset was irrelevant. It's unfair. His tears are for him and what he's losing. His tears are not because he hurt you or for your pain. You did the right thing. He realized the consequences of his actions. And if you're anything like my ex, tears are just another form of manipulation, because crying in front of you is intense, it impairs your logical thinking, and in the moment, all you want to do is instinctually comfort them. When I reached my wit's end and wanted him out several times, he would make a big show of groveling on his knees and looking so stricken. But he feels nothing. And later remarked that I was stupid to even fall for such a performance time and time over. Nice. Wow, what a monster. I'm glad you got away. Yep. It's especially unnerving when they're able to just start and stop crying on a whim. It really is just an act. Yes. His tears are about him and not about you. I'm proud of you for having the strength to dump him and choose your health, sanity, and the well-being of your baby. Get formal child support payments in place and don't backslide. Mine would go too far at work and know his cover was about to be blown and make a big production of how his skills were at question, so we would have to move on to another job. He uses tears to let me know how dear the situation is, and then we leave before anyone can let on to what he did. I am a fool. Your child is so lucky to have someone as brave as you are as their mother. Pass your beautiful traits down to your children. Show them what to expect and require from themselves and others. The correct path is bumpy more often than smooth. The right decisions to make are routinely painful. Thank you for doing the right thing even though it's always easier to do otherwise. I'm so sorry, love. I went through the same thing. They realized they had something amazing and took yours for granted. It doesn't change how much your heart breaks and still loves them. Life is ducking hard and love is even harder. Hang in there. Cheats are just so good at the post-cheating, court phase. The tears. The begging. The pleading. The promises never to do anything like it ever again. You could almost believe them. Stick to your guns. You are doing absolutely the right thing. Good luck. I feel you. I left my husband at 38 weeks pregnant. He was so freaking happy seeing me leaving. His mistress couldn't be happier that I dissolved. Like I never existed. I humiliated myself to a ridiculous point. Now I am raising my son alone. I am so happy. It's been over a year and no, I don't want to reconcile. Alone is better than abuse. Every single time. Don't make the same mistakes I did. You don't need proof to leave, you just leave. Don't worry about his pain, he's not worried about yours. Oh, and he is irrelevant. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night. Wherever you are.